So remember that last year, I was just, everything was half-hearted. The prayer was half-hearted, the service was half-hearted. Though it never looked that way because I'd practiced it so much that it was just off the cuff.
It was part of you.
It was part of me. But deep down I knew I'm becoming half-hearted. And despite the fact that they used to give us holidays, I would go to Mombasa for a break to study some more, but also to relax and have a vacation. So those were the highs of the vacation. But still, now they started becoming a chore.
Yeah.
Like I'm going on vacation and I'm not excited.
Who does that?
Who does that?
Give me a vacation. If you want to see excitement, just give me a vacation. You are not excited.
I wasn't excited. Or I was only excited by the part of staying beside the beach. But then when I think about the studying and the sitting around with my sisters and talking, I was like, I'm exhausted.
So you were lifeless. Yeah. Something had died.
Something had died in me.
So what did you do then? Because whatever it is you did must have taken a lot of courage.
I remember I was still hanging in there, dragging my feet, but pulling the cart all the same. So I remember the stroke that broke the horse's back was during that year. The second founder of the group was being beatified in Rome. And we were supposed, a few members were supposed to go. So initially they told us, whoever can afford the fare for the trip can go. And I thought to myself, maybe this is my redeeming moment to actually get my mojo back and maybe leave this vocation to the fullest. I was actually thinking of staying.
Wow.
So I called my parents and I told them, you know, I've been postponing this degree. Why don't you, instead of the degree, give me this trip to Rome?
Wow. Wow. Yeah, you wanted to rekindle the fire.
I wanted to rekindle the fire. I really wanted to find a reason to stay. But water was poured onto my dreams yet again because my parents were very good. They sent me the money very quickly. I started processing my passport.
Wow.
I was eager, happy.
Yeah.
You know, it was like finally something is happening.
Yes.
Some life is opening up. But then they told me I should take my money and pay for somebody else to go. It is the will of God. I think that broke my back.
I mean, what? Wait, and you obeyed?
That's the last straw. I couldn't take it anymore. I took my money and I ran.
Okay, this has twisted in a way I did not see this coming. Wait, you did not pay for somebody else?
No.
You did not go to Rome?
I did not go to Rome. I started a new life.
How and where? How did you run? My goodness.
I just told them, I think where we have reached, I am exhausted. I can't go on anymore. I want to find myself a new life.
Wait, who's telling you that it's a will of God for you to use that money on somebody else?
Usually the directors.
Not your parents.
The directors of the organization, not my parents.
Hi. Yeah, your back was broken.
So I think I just had enough.
You ran? I
took whatever was left, packed my bags, and I told them goodbye.
At least you said goodbye.
Yes, I was kind enough to say goodbye.
Did you know where you were going?
Technically, yes. Technically, no.
Okay.
Because I knew I was going home. But what I was going to do exactly, I wasn't sure.
Yes.
I wasn't sure.
Yes. So you left and
So I left and went back home.
What were the conversations you had with your parents?
I remember before I left, I called my parents. My mom is usually the easier one to approach first. So I called my mom and I told her, I think I've had enough. This was the second time I was telling her. In fact, I had told her before, but then she told me, just make sure it's what you want.
Okay.
So I waited. And then, of course, the issue of the trip happened and I decided, you know what? I think my first decision was right. I should just go. In fact, I just told her, I've made up my mind, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
And she told me, welcome home.
Wow. Wow. Why?
I was relieved. Because I can't imagine how many parents would have ranted, tortured you with words or even much more.
Yeah.
But she told me, welcome home.
That's beautiful. Did you have to deal with feelings of guilt or regret Were you having those?
At that particular moment in time, I think I was fed up. I was ready to move on, and I didn't want to let guilt. I didn't want to even think about guilt. Okay, I'm lucky enough that every step of my life, I've always made a decision and I go with it. Kumbaya, mbaya.
The stubborn ones are like that. Stubborn ones have no feelings.
We are going ahead. So I decided, I'm looking forward. Any thought that looked backwards, I deleted. In fact, I just told myself, you have a clean slate, no past. Pop.
And it was a race. In fact, why are we even talking about it? It doesn't exist. No, but you have to, because wow, this is so powerful.
It built me. I have to talk about it because it's part of who I am. It made me who I am now. Because I learned a lot. And it made me a spiritual person. I was never a spiritual person per se. I was, I'd gotten my faith from my parents and carried it on. But now this gave me my own faith.
Personal relationship.
My own personal relationship with God. So definitely, that's a plus I carried with me. And also character building. I had a lot of character building.